back in a second. Like I told you,
Yeah,
I got something else going.
we're already ready. We're already live, and we're alive. Oh, welcome everybody. We're live. Uh-oh. Jeff forgot he had his TV on. Welcome everybody.
Hi, Jeff.
We're live. Uh-oh. Jeff forgot he had his TV on. Here, I'll go ahead and mute Jeff until he gets back. Oh, first of all, I wanted to, and I have to be careful when I say this because I did get some raunchy comments for the video I put out today, and I just went ahead and done away with those people. I didn't make a video to get views or anything like that. It's just something that kind of hits home when if you didn't, nobody's seen it. It was about simple things like taking your kids or letting your kids go to bathrooms and stuff like that, public bathrooms. And I let people know how I let my kids go to the bathroom when it's in public. Basically, I'll knock on the door. I don't care if it's men or women's, if depending which child wants to go to the bathroom, So I knock on a door. If I don't hear anything, I go inside and look around.
I agree with what you said in that video 100%.
Yeah. And I did get some nasty comments, and I just wanted to put it out there that it's nothing to do with views. It's something that I seen today and disturbed me very badly. So, well, not today, but Sunday. And it disturbed me to where I had to make a video about it just to put it out there, because too often we sit there and lower our guards down, and usually that's when bad things happen, is when we you can be 100% the safest person in the world, and that 1 second you drop your guard down is when something's going to happen. And for it to happen to little ones, because I'm not going to talk about it too much because we're live. I just felt I had to bring it up because I seen something very bad, or it could have been very bad, happen. And it was at a park. Somebody let their kids, go to the bathroom. I'll keep an eye on you. But they walked all the way over to the bathroom, the little one, and there was somebody in the bathroom that shouldn't have been in the bathroom.
Oh, really?
And it's a good thing that there was another mother that walked in with her kid and found this person in there, because if not, something very bad would have happened. And that's what made me make a video about it.
I would to have identified myself as an MMA wrestler real damn quick.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to get into any of that stuff, but it's just something that I had to put out there. I think it's very important because, guys can go in girls' bathrooms now. All they have to do is say they're a woman all of a sudden. But the reason I've got Eric up here, I wanted to talk about fishing stuff.
Oh, hell
and,
yeah.
and how much this comes about prepping and stuff, because fishing's a way of getting food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hear you on that one, Jake.
I'm a very proud grandpa. Let
Yeah.
something happen.
One of the first things, well, you seem to know a good bit about fishing and stuff, and you don't actually have to be there fishing. Well, I know there's different laws and regulations in different cities or different states and all, but if things get bad, there's no
Right.
rules.
Exactly.
um,
You could throw out a trot line,
yeah, milk jug.
yeah, or single line. I mean, if you're depending on it for a sustenance, then you do what you need to do.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to ask you, because there's certain times you can, when you eat, when you can eat certain fish. Don't you have, like down in Florida where they call it a red tide,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you can't eat?
It's.
Go ahead.
I mean, if it's real bad and it's a big fish kill, most people won't take the fish. But if you have pockets of red tide, not real high concentrations, and the fish you caught is real lively, and then they're good to go. But
Yeah.
the ones that are sluggish and well, they normally don't bite anyway. But it's all about um, it's basically a big judgment call. And if the red tide's bad enough, that gets to your respiratory system. So you wouldn't want to be standing on the bow of the boat casting a curly-tailed jig and your lungs are burning up. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of another thing to consider. So, and then pollution, which is everywhere, obviously.
That it is.
But I think obviously in a pinch, I mean, if things go south, you're not going to be deep frying anything anyway. So you'd just be pan frying.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if your fish is, if you question the water you're in, don't cook it with a breading on it. Just cook it flat on a skillet with whatever oil you have. And if there's, and cook it well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're not cooking it to taste good. I mean, if it's that bad of a situation, but I'm pretty sure you can cook bad stuff out of, a thin. Well, again, it's a judgment call, but
Yeah, and it depends who's eating it too.
right.
I mean, they're when you get up in the years, your immune system isn't what it used to be.
Right.
So a lot of that has to be put in
Context,
effect.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, lemon juice is good too. Lemon juice.
Oh, yeah.
Also a natural, I wouldn't say a killer, but I mean it helps to rid your body of helps you, like lemon water, and so.
Pineapple would do the same thing, wouldn't it?
I would think so.
Anything
with a lot of acidic acid, citrus,
yeah,
that's real good.
Yeah. And I guess that's with anything. I mean, especially nowadays, some of the rivers, like here, I mean, there are some muddy rivers and whatnot, but I'd be at the point to where unless I was very hungry, I wouldn't touch the river fish. I used to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's got really, really bad.
Yeah. Too much funny business going on.
Now, there has been a time or two where I've baked fish in clay. Packed the fish in clay and then moved the coals around, and cover it up. And maybe about 30, 45 minutes, pull it out. And when you pull that clay off, you pulling the skin and the scales and everything off.
Yeah.
Know what? That would not be a fish stick. You
I
let
don't
that
harvest fish like I used to. I'm more. I mean, in a bad situation, that's different. But
oh yeah,
I'm normally, catch them if they're good size, take a photo, and put them back to make some more babies.
Yeah, I know. There's a channel I watch. This guy goes out and does fishing, and he'll fillet him and everything, and he'll stick him in his freezer if he doesn't if he doesn't eat them that night.
Mm-hmm.
And he has multiple freezers because this is pretty much his job, to go out and fish and
Right.
tell you, oh, I'm going for this fish, I'm going for that fish, or whatever. So he gets the bag of fish, and he goes to throw it in the freezer, and the freezer's full. You're echoing again, Jeff.
I'm what?
Echoing again.
Oh, let me check something. I got nothing running in the background whatsoever.
I don't know.
Little Lone Prepper put up, she said, I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's she or he, says you can do that with birds also. I would love to see a video on that, because I'm in there right now cooking yard birds, barbecuing.
Oh.
So, hey, quarters, I'm going to turn into that. But, I mean, when shift hits, I don't care. There's going to be a whole lot of illegal stuff going on. And I'm not going to get into it. But what you're going to do, what you got to do to survive.
Oh yeah.
Plain simple. And if it means, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but if it means going fishing with a car battery, guess what? That's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's a little overkill.
But look, cars are going to be down. They ain't going to crank. And the more I think about it, I really, truly do not think we're going to have what do you call that?
Game warden.
No. Where you send up a balloon and it takes everything out. I don't think that's going to happen. I think all of the electronics and everything go down.
EMP.
Yeah, EMP. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't.
I don't know.
But anyway.
Yeah, Gilnex.
Yeah.
And in rivers or lakes.
Yeah. Jeff, you got YouTube open in the background?
Yeah, it's acting pretty bad.
No, I've got nothing in the background. Whatsoever. I've got, I mean, my phone is not on. My TV is muted.
I'm going to mute and let Bushcraft talk.
I'm making a
Yeah, it's coming out of yours.
Is it coming out of mine?
Yeah.
All right, let me do this right here. Let me drop down and come back up
Okay.
because I did that last time and it stopped.
Okay.
But like I said, I got nothing in the background open. So let me, before I do that, let me try one thing. How about that?
Is that better? No.
All right, I'm gonna jump down and
Okay.
give me a few minutes because I'm gonna check my bird and I'm gonna come back in.
Okay.
I was going to say something, but I can't. Oh, well.
What do you usually go fishing for in your area that you would keep?
That I would keep speckled trout, sea trout, redfish, snook, flounder, black drum, not normally. They get too big, they get wormy. Spanish mackerel, kingfish, mahi-mahi, grouper, all the grouper family, snapper, sheepshead are very good too. They're real good.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff I haven't had for a long time.
Yeah.
Because in Ohio, you don't really want to get any of that fish because it's already a week to 2 weeks old by the time it gets here.
Right. Yeah, smoking fish, that's good too.
Oh yeah. When I lived in Oregon, we used to go out and get the salmon that were running up.
Right.
Of course, you had to watch out for the bears and stuff, but because that's prime time for them. We used to go grab the salmon, which I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore, but we would end up making a teepee and smoking them right there. We'd get a canvas and soak it in the river and wrap it around the teepee and have the smoke come out the top. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, fresh caught salmon. That's hard to beat.
Oh yeah. And that's so good where it comes from. You could eat it. You know, you could eat it raw if you wanted.
Eat it raw, yeah.
Yeah. And we used to we've done that with trout. Well, when I was up there, you don't find no trout down here in Ohio, unfortunately.
They don't stock streams where you're at, or
no, it's too muddy.
okay.
Now there, Salt Fork used to have lake trout, but the times I've been down there fishing, I've yet to catch one. I don't know if they don't stock them anymore, but I remember going down there with my grandpa and pulling out really big lake trout out of there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as time goes on and population goes up, fishing pressure increases, and your chances of catching a trophy start to go down.
Oh yeah.
Peanut, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Hey, Peanut.
But yeah, when I lived up north, we used to I would fish with my pop, and we wouldn't go opening day because it was elbow to elbow. It's
Oh, I
just
bet.
pure insanity to do that. And not for some people, but for me, I just like no. So I'd probably wait about 3 weeks into the season, and then who's ever there, half of them are just trying fishing for the first time, and they've probably already been yelled at 100 times by other guys. They don't come back, and then it calms down, and then they had multiple stockings throughout the season. But it seemed like the biggest fish, they put a couple of the big breeder females, and I don't know why they did this because people are just going to take them home and eat them anyway. But they would drop them in, like every mile. So one lucky guy would get, and you catch a fish that big, I wouldn't take it home. I'd put it back in, even though I know it's going to get caught again. But
yeah,
I mean, that's taking away the source of eggs.
Yeah, I was going to say that because in if you fish for a while, you can tell the difference between the male and female.
Mm-hmm.
Where the eggs are on the gut, basically.
Right. And normally a salmon, which is the trout is in the salmon family, the males, not all of them, but a lot of them, they'll get a hook jaw on the bottom. And that's one way of, figuring out what, but the females, they get like footballs. They're shaped like a football.
Yeah.
So they're loaded with roe, and taking them out of the water is just, I don't know. I mean, she could drop, I don't know, 5,000 eggs. Someone could Google it. But what is a rainbow trout's, average egg production?
It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of eggs in that. Another one because I do watch some fishing channels, and it's a woman that goes out and does fishing. She went and caught some trout, and she caught mainly females. She threw all the females back in except for one.
Right.
And because she wanted to do a recipe with the roe, the egg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the other one she put back in.
Right. I mean, that's basically, it's caviar. I mean, caviar's sturgeon eggs.
Yeah.
That's why it's, so expensive. But not only just fish, but I forget what channel I was watching. I like the outdoor channels.
Yeah, me too.
They were lobstermen, and he would pull up a lobster. It was up in the Northeast, and he'd say it's a female, and he'd flip her over, and you could see where there were eggs in her tail.
Yeah,
just sitting there, and that's a no-no to take them. That's
it's against the law, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. But that doesn't stop people. But it's just
yeah.
What B just said, the mullet run, that's big down here.
What is it? Mullet run.
Smoked mullet that's wow. That's really good.
Is that any butter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I believe I know what it was. I had my scanner going in the background.
Well, that shouldn't do anything unless it's picking up YouTube.
It shouldn't.
Yeah, I'd get worried if my channel was being picked up on YouTube in North Carolina scanners.
Well, look at it like this. You're reaching more people that way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody'd be coming at my door pretty soon, though.
Hmm.
You know, you're broadcasting in North Carolina on the scanners, yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't up until now.
Say hi.
Uh-oh, kitty.
He's the one that's always interrupting me when I start recording. Huh.
Do you guys remember? Oh God, I think it was made by Ronco, the Pocket Fisherman. Remember that? It looked like
Yeah.
a bowling pin with a flexible
Yeah.
little tip on the end of
You
it.
pull it out and then you
Yep.
fling that thing.
I had one, not worth a crap.
Well, I caught my biggest bass of my life on one of them, just messing around.
Really?
Yeah, I caught an 8-pound bass. I'm like, oh,
I caught a 4-pound bass. That's the reason I said it wasn't worth a crap. I was trying for that 5-pound.
How are your game wardens in Florida?
Assholes.
they are, well,
I know
hunters
you're going to have like cops and whatever. There's bad ones and
right
in groups.
I've never had a problem because I follow the law, but there's so many tricks that the sportsman, if you want to call him a sportsman, will try just to get out of buying a license, and they don't realize that the purchase of the license goes toward, stocking and I mean they stock saltwater fish too. They stock redfish, they stock trout, and people down not just Florida, but people are crafty. They're getting around, all over a $20 license. Anyway, but
I wish.
wardens down here, I mean, you think they've just got these deep V boats, but they run a Carolina skiff. I've even seen them with an airboat. And you think you're in skinny water and you got a flats boat and you can get away with what you want. They come up on you. So yeah, they've wised up a lot. I mean, I've been sitting on a seawall, maybe, I don't know, 4 blocks from my house, and 2 guys are taking snook illegally. You're only allowed 1. They had like 5 laying on the wall between them.
Oh,
and I saw a game warden go up and he looks at it and he's like, that's 200, that's 400, that's 600, that's $1,000.
wow, that much?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And
holy crap.
He popped them both. So, well.
Now, wait a minute. If he says that it's $1,000 and it's 2 of them, do they both have to pay $1,000 a piece?
No, it's the total fine for the fish.
Okay.
So one guy will probably say, "Oh, I only caught 1," and the other guy will say, "You're a liar." And you know how it goes. When money gets involved, usually people show their true colors.
Yeah.
So, but that's another example of you can't fix stupid. You're breaking the law, and you're going to leave the fish right up on the grass behind you there. It's just,
yeah.
unfortunately, that.
I seen and it's the same guy. It's forget what his channel 402, because I thought it was for something else, but it's 402. I think that's what area code he's from or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes all over. He's somewhere up north right now. I can't remember where it's at, but he's been down to Florida, and they went scallop hunting or fishing, or not fishing, but they dive under and yeah. And the game wardens are, whenever it's a season, you can see them. They go from one boat to the next boat to the next boat.
I believe they allow 1 5-gallon bucket. I don't know if that's per person or per boat, I've got to look on that. My niece lives up in Pasco, and they go out during scallop season, and the water there is like maybe 6 or 8 feet deep, maybe not even that.
Yeah.
They'll go out on a pontoon boat, and it's crystal clear water.
Yeah.
They'll get down into the turtle grass and all of the sand and all that, and man, they have a scallop cookout like it's unbelievable.
And it's amazing because I'm looking through there. I'm sure it'd be different if I was actually there, but I'm looking, and they'll point, oh, there's one down there, and I'm looking because they're showing the camera underwater, and I'm looking, looking, and then finally they grab it, and I'm like, oh,
right.
It's like, and that would be a great food source too. I mean, if
Absolutely.
things are bad, because there wouldn't be no regulations on it or anything.
Right. The only thing with that would be, unless you'd have your own dock behind your house, you'd have to worry about taking your vehicle trailer to a boat ramp and then hoping it's still there when you get back. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you can just wade in and swim and, with a float or something, that's doable. But
yeah, that'd be something I would do, is blow up some inner tubes and make me a little umbrella over top of it or something, and float out there and do my business and float on back. Try to float on back.
I mean, I don't know if Florida considers them a delicacy. It's all subjective, but like in California coast, the abalone divers, the ones that get attacked by the great whites all the time. I mean, that's much deeper water. They got to go down in the kelp, and they got to find these abalones, and that's what the seals will come up or the sea otters, and they'll use a rock and lay on their back floating, and they'll crack because what's inside is awesome. So
have you ever ate a sea cucumber?
No. And I don't plan on it.
Would you plan? Would you?
No.
I've seen people try. It's not the most pleasant looking thing to begin with, but I seen.
Tell you what, the one fish down here that there's no season on.
What's that?
It's called the lionfish.
Oh, okay.
It's got all them. It's pretty fish, but it's poisonous. And they're like, if you see it, spear it. I mean, you can just go berserk with that. And some people actually eat them, but they're poisonous. So you got to really know your craft when you're filleting that thing to,
about like a blowfish.
Yeah, make sure that the right meat is being eaten, and because that's not good.
Now, what is some of the stuff that when you were in the Jersey area, what did you go? Did you just fish in the ocean, or did you go?
Well, I'd go to. We go down to Ocean Park or Sandy Hook, and there you'd get bluefish, striped bass, weak fish, which is just a spotted sea trout that swam north. I mean, but they're big. I mean, those fish are big up there, and
now
freshwater would be just like different tributaries that would come off either the Raritan River or Musconecon, North Branch, South Branch, Kenlockwood Gorge. Some of it was fly fishing only. Some of it was, do what you want. But
now, are you allowed to catch and keep sand shark down there?
Yeah, sharks on the menu. Yeah.
Because
I
I
don't,
know
I don't,
up
I don't
here,
have the current regs in front of me, but I don't know how many you can take, but some people eat them.
Just
I
don't put
won't.
your hand inside to take the hook out.
you don't. You put your foot on the back of its neck. You take a long pair of needle nose pliers, remove the hook, and then you take a knife and behind the ears, and he bleeds out right there. That's it. The sand shark's got a good taste to it. I like them. Well, come think about it, that's the only one I think about eating that I've eaten.
Right.
Yeah, I seen a video of what was left of the Chinese.
Oh, they're horrible. It's called finning.
Yeah,
They cut
they
the
just
fins
take the
off and
fins
throw
off
the
and
live
then
fish in. Yeah.
dump the rest. And there was a whole field full, well, not a field, but in the water of carcasses from
Well,
that.
not only that, but they can live quite, more than a day without fins. So it's just, I don't want to get into how I feel about that part of the world and what they do to our oceans worldwide.
Yeah,
it's not a good. I call them the rapists of the seas. So that's what they are.
welcome back, Peanut. And I do like some good catfish. As it,
Oh yeah,
just frying it up, putting batter on it, frying it, and in chunks. It don't have to be a fillet or anything like that.
I did catfish nuggets last week.
Jeff knows who I watch for catfish and stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead. I thought
Jeff Barron. That's his daughter's real famous for noodling.
Oh, I thought you were saying my name.
Oh,
You said his daughter was real good for noodling. Then it dawned on me who you was talking about.
Are you talking about Hannah Barron?
Yes.
Yeah, it's her dad.
Right.
She finally got him to start his own channel and whatnot. And the last video was about snapping turtle. And they went and they can't show it, but they can show the after bits of it. And he shows you how to cook it and whatnot, and shows you the good meat. Also shows you how to catch them. He makes the pins and everything, just like for the catfish. That's their business basically. But he makes these boxes and he submerges them under the water, and the catfish will go inside those. Mm-hmm. And that's how, when you see them filling around with their feet, they're seeing if there's something in that box, and then they can reach down there and get it.
With my luck, if I go to feeling for catfish with my feet, I'm going to find out, hey, there's a turtle down here.
Yeah, you'll know it real quick if there is.
That's what I'm saying.
Come out with some digits missing.
Probably a half a foot.
There, man.
I don't know. I got a big foot. I have to be a big turtle. So, but I've ate catfish one time. That was the best catfish I ate.
You've only had catfish once?
Wait a minute. Let me finish my story here. Okay.
Oh.
I was about 50 miles from the coast. We was doing work out there, and we went to a seafood. I told the waitress I've never ate catfish. It surprised me. She brought me one back. And I want to say it was pepper, catfish, and some other stuff. But like I said, that was the best catfish I ever tasted. Now, I get to my hometown. We go to a seafood restaurant. And I told her, I said, I want to try some of your black pepper catfish. She said, okay, it was real good. Awesome. Dude, I could smell that catfish 20 feet before it got to my table. I took a bite of it, and my God, I don't think a possum or a skunk would have ate that thing. And I went to another restaurant, same cotton picking thing. I've not ordered catfish since.
Well, don't stop going to a seafood restaurant for catfish. Would be my suggestion.
Especially them two.
You go to old Southern Cooking or something where now Cajun.
Let me cut you real short on that. My area for 100 miles, there is no home cooking restaurant. There is no Cajun restaurant. All we got is Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, and Italian. That's it. We don't have no good restaurants.
Well, there you go. You need to open up your restaurant.
Yeah. We're in between the Chinese and the Japanese. Open up Swiss cheese.
That ain't no bad idea.
Yeah. Deep fried cheese is good.
But, man, I never heard of that. Deep fried cheese.
Fried oysters, that's good stuff too. Oh, yeah. Fresh oysters.
Oh, I love fried oysters.
Yeah.
Fried fresh oysters. Hell,
where'd you
fry them up before you get them out of the water? That's fresh.
Well, I know somebody that I could get fresh oysters from.
You got out there. Now we're talking about coming out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a farmer. He owns the business. Yeah, he had this giant oyster.
Dude, I'm coming up there to pay you a minute. Frank Meadows says his town only has a Subway and a Dairy Queen and a pizza place. Hell, my little community don't even have that.
That's
but
about like ours up here. We don't have any good restaurants or anything. Well, there's two Mexican food places, but they don't know what a sopapilla is. So that explains everything. Yeah. And they're Mexican. I'm right. You don't know what that is? It's a dessert, isn't it? And I said, well, it could be, but it's usually, the bread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, we don't know what that is. I'm like, okay.
What life? I know you ain't talking about me.
I don't know if this stream is running slow on me or what, but where are you reading that? Oh.
Yeah, Jeff's not in the South; he's in the North.
But I am further south than some of the people up on here. I'll put it like that.
I can't
see. I can't say Eric because he's further south than me and White. But yourself, you're in upstate. So you would be a northern. I can say that.
Upstate?
I ain't talking about upstate New York. I'm talking about up the state.
Oh,
So, and there's a bunch of people on here that we talk to that are from the upper states compared to me.
you're still in the north though.
Look, don't hold that against me. It ain't my fault. I'm too damn old to move south, and it's hotter down there. The humidity
It
is
certainly
hotter.
is.
Are you on the East Coast or West Coast?
I'm on the Gulf
Eric?
Coast. Gulf Coast.
Okay. Okay. Then I would say, yeah, the humidity on the West Coast of Florida is a little bit hotter than East Coast.
Well,
Because-
yeah, with the Gulf Stream, they have
yeah.
they have a much bigger surf there. So yeah, there's more, but the center of the state can be oppressive because they don't get much wind at all. At least I get a sea breeze once in a while. It's been a bad summer. I haven't seen one like this in a long time.
Oh yeah, I know where Fraserburg is.
Well, now they have been saying for the last, 2-3 years, each year will be hotter or colder than the last one that we have had.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it seems like to me they're getting that shit right.
Yeah.
Hello, Great Jams, and I hope y'all having a good evening.
How's the garden going?
I
I know about I went out there 2 days ago. Well, it's been 3 days now, but I went out and checked my cucumbers, and I had little cucumbers, perfect size for pickles
Pickling.
and whatnot. So I said, well, I'll give it a few more days, and then I'll come back out and look. I go out there and look, and there's cucumbers or the pickles are this big because it's pickling cucumber is the ones I grew this year, and they're this huge.
Well,
And 42 pounds, 42 pounds of cucumbers. When I had only like 3 or 4 out there that were this big, in 2 days, I had that many in there, and I had my shirt full of them, bringing them in and filled up both sinks, and to let them soak and whatnot. So I will be making relish out of the oversized pickles, and the other ones I'll be making bread and butter pickles.
See, I give up on my garden. I've tried it 3 times this year and nothing.
Huh.
So I don't. The only thing that's growing is what I brought in from somewhere else and transplanted. That's it. I plant seeds or whatever in there, nothing will grow. And this year I bought all new seeds from different places. Now you cannot tell me every one of them seeds are bad.
I don't know.
So, it looks like I'm gonna have to pay some money and have my dirt shipped off and have it analyzed and see if it's in the dirt.
When's
Yeah,
the last time you tilled it up, Jeff?
I till it up every year before I plant.
Okay.
And I tilled it up probably about 2 months ago. Now I had to mow it down, and I've tilled it up again, redone it, nothing. So, I mean, I got earthworms in there. I've got the blackest soil I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, excellent. And this year and last crop season, are the only two out of, I'm going to say 10 years I've had any problems with. And yes, I do rotate my crops.
I've had people tell me that you can't grow something in the same spot 2 years in a row.
Bullshit.
I've got this. I got one bed that I only grow tomatoes in every year, and they go crazy. I can put cherry tomatoes there. Whoosh, they go crazy. I'll put, and it's not really good. It wasn't dirt that I got, bought at a place or anything. It's dirt that I've pretty much made from compost and what dirt was here when I got here, from sidewalks and whatever, and I built it up, and that's where I grow my tomatoes at every year, every time, and they do really good unless a tree falls on them.
I'm in the same predicament. I've grown tomatoes in the same area for the last 3 times. And I mean, dude, I had German Johnsons coming out the yin yang last go around. I just had to let them go. We got so many in, and people around here, nine out of 10 of them ain't never heard of a German Johnson.
They have them up here. Yeah, I've heard. I think it's the Miracle Grow soil, garden soil. I don't know if that's 100% or not, but that's what I've heard. They've used that, and they can't get seeds to grow in it.
B. Charman, I'm going to ask this question. Have you ever ate or heard of a German Johnson tomato? Just give me a yes or no, because the way you put that is like you never heard of one. I got some of them coming up. What? Well, mine are sweet peppers. That's what
I've got. They're about that big. They're twice the size of the plant. Well, the plant's getting big now, though. And I never even noticed it was there, because usually I would have plucked that pepper off and let the plant grow.
Be Charming. A German Johnson tomato is one that you can cut 1/4 inch thick, lay it on a slice of bread, and it be hanging over probably 1/4 inch all the way around. And then before you get through eating it, you better be over a sink, because you're talking about one of the juiciest and best tasting tomatoes around, in my opinion. So if you get a chance, you can find some. Get you about 2 or 3 plants and try them.
Now my Roma tomatoes are growing. They're flopping over. They're so heavy.
Yeah, mine's starting.
Which kind of sucks, because it's so bushy, and there's tomatoes growing everywhere. The only trouble I'm having is with
You got clouds coming through your hat.
Jalapenos. My jalapenos are like stunted. I think that happened when I first brought them out. I left them on the porch overnight instead of bringing them back in. Everything else was fine. It's just them; they're just not growing. I've got jalapenos off of it. It's just not going, huge like they usually do.
Barry J, I'm gonna try that. I gotta find me a local agriculture around here so I can do that.
I think I'm gonna make a rabbit poop shake for the jalapenos and see if it gets them going a little bit.
Has anybody up here or in chat ever heard or ate a tomato pie?
Yeah.
Is it any count? Is it worth going to the trouble to make?
If you got the good tomatoes, I wouldn't do it if it was like store-bought tomatoes.
Well,
It
see,
wouldn't have no flavor to it.
Okay. See, I've seen up on YouTube, tomato pie and everything, and I'm sitting there. First time I seen it, like, oh God. And the more I think about it, it may be worth a try. What is it to lose? They just like that buttermilk pie, that was good.
I don't like buttermilk.
You don't taste the buttermilk.
Oh, I wouldn't mind there, but because I like butter. I like soaking like the chicken in buttermilk before I cook it and stuff.
Yeah, it tenderizes it a little bit.
Yeah, and I'll make buttermilk biscuits or something like that, but I don't like to drink it.
Dude, I would. I'll go buy a half a gallon, maybe a little bit less. I end up getting one batch of biscuits out of it. The rest of it is in my belly. I'll pop top and turn it up quick before I would sweet tea.
Nah, I don't. Nope.
Well, I am going to try that. I really am.
Put some ground beef in that pie. Put the tomatoes on top. Ground beef and some eggs.
Eggs?
Well, a mixture. Eggs and buttermilk and chopped onion, and basil. Mix it up.
Oh, and where's that book at? Here's the.
Thank you, B. Sharman. You backing me up on the buttermilk part.
Classic sweet pickle relish. And this only makes 6 half-pint jars, which I'm going to have to up it quite a bit. 1 yellow onion, 2 large bell peppers, 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2.5 cups of coconut sugar, which that's what I use anyway. 2 cups of cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard seed, and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then,
autumn leaf.
Yeah.
Frying chicken in a frying pan is about one of the hardest things you can do. The best thing to do is take you a knife and cut into the bone. If it's bleeding, it's not done. Plain and simple.
What were you showing there, Bush?
Oh, the recipe of
No, I know that, but after that, you put the book up again. I didn't know if you were showing something else.
Oh, it's in green, so you can't read it.
Have you ever tried chow chow bushcraft?
Of what?
It's called chow chow. CHWC. Hey, you take some good old chow chow and put in a bowl of pintos. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tina.
It's almost as good as cornbread.
Now that's like. Mm-hmm.
Eric, why don't you have a garden up there?
I could have one. I don't have one, but
'Cause that's like perfect weather.
yeah. Just
Grape jams. Chow chow is like a relish. Pull the recipe up. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but I can't tell you right now. I cannot tell you half the stuff that goes in it. But I do know you got peppers that go in it, and you can make it mild or you can make it hot. Never tried it on collard greens. What?
New channel member. Thank you for your support.
Well,
Damn.
who?
cool.
I don't
That
see
was-
the Karen V.
RV.
I thought she was already a member.
I did
Well,
too.
thank you anyway for becoming a member again.
Yeah,
I'm still working on my doing collard greens and getting it right. Some of the older ladies down here, man, you can't touch that. They are so good with that recipe.
A little bit of bacon grease or ham hock, red pepper flakes, and just let it simmer for a long time. A little bit of bacon grease on top of that. Yeah, I don't know. That's what we just had.
Yeah, they up here they don't know what that is. You try to tell people, and well, you mean spinach? I'm like, no, no. Yeah, it sounds like you're making spinach, and I said, no.
It looks like spinach, but it's got a different taste.
Yeah. My dad used to like mustard greens. I wasn't a fan of those, though.
About the only thing that tear me up is kale. I can
Oh,
eat everything
yeah.
else,
No kale.
but I cannot eat kale.
I did a video on kale dehydrating it. You put olive oil and you put spices and stuff in it, and then you dehydrate it, and it's really good.
Now I love it. Put a little bit of kale in with the turnips or whatever. In other words, just grab you a handful of whatever and throw it together and cook it. And turnips, man, grab you a pretty decent, good sized turnip, wash it off, peel it, cut it up, dice it up, and throw it in there and cook it right along with that. And please tell me, y'all have done that.
Oh yeah, I haven't grown. If I was probably out west, I would probably grow them, but everybody would look at me weird if I had grew them here.
Hey, who
And
cares?
there's not enough. I'd only have to grow one, and probably do me for a year or so.
Well, who cares? You ain't feeding them anyway. But now you invite some people over. Just tell them it's turnip greens, if that's what they used to.
No, it's the little green tomatoes.
Oh,
They're making salsa and stuff like that.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here talking about greens, and you talking about little green tomatoes.
Yeah, well, I put it up on screen, tomatillas. You probably don't. Have you ever heard of a tomatilla?
I don't. I can't ever recall seeing one.
Okay, that's why I don't think you would. It's more of a Western type thing,
Okay.
Texas.
Tina Ladybug, it depends on who's making it. your sauce. It can be mild or it can be so hot it'll blow your hair off your head. It'll probably blow your toenails out of your shoes. But like I said, just find you a recipe.
A lot of people don't like eggplant. I love eggplant.
Oh, eggplant's awesome.
Yeah. I remember one of the first times I had eggplant on a grill, that is. It was from a Hawaiian family. I helped them with their swamp cooler. And they all had me over for dinner, and oh my, that was some of the best eggplant ever. I don't know what they did to it or whatnot, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Great Jams wants to know, so do tamales stay green?
Tamales? You mean tomatillas?
Yeah, them too.
Yeah. I don't think they turn any other colors that I know of.
I never
No,
had
I don't think so. There's probably are some different types. As far as I know, that they're green.
Well, now I never had zucchini up until about 10, 12 years ago.
Really?
And yeah, and now I got to have some of that about every year. Deep fried, man, they're good.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any seeds for that. I was going to say if I do, I'll send them up to Bunky. They're I would say they're not something that you pick up and try to eat.
So no raw eating them, huh?
Yeah, not that I know of.
Your fried zucchini with squash. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, I got yellow squash. Yellow zucchini. It's not yellow squash, it's yellow zucchini. Because I wanted to try it this year. So I think I might have it somewhere.
Now
my okra is turning out pretty good. If it can stop from the cucumbers overpowering it, because they're growing over into my and then I have that stupid deer back again. So I had to put up my cat thing again, so it scares them away.
Now, what would you call a zucchini crossed with a cucumber? We know what it's called when it's crossed with a watermelon.
Zucchini?
A zucchini? No. Zucchini. Damn. Excuse me about that.
Yeah, so much you can do with zucchini. Actually, in this book, there's a recipe for zucchini relish that I might try too.
Really?
It's natural sweet food in jars.
John, I'm gonna have to locate that book.
Yeah.
Now, my wife can make some zucchini bread that's off the hook.
Oh, I love zucchini bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And squash casserole. I've got 6, maybe 8 jars of squash, canned. And she ain't used a one yet to make squash casserole.
And Vintage X made uh, pineapple chunks with zucchini.
There's something I just heard of probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've never heard of pineapple pie. I want to try that. I love pineapple anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you can
I
make
like
pineapple cheesecake.
grilled on a grill pineapple.
Yes, sir.
Some spicy pineapple.
My son-in-law turned me on to that quite a few years ago, and ever since then, man. And it's better the fresher it is, the better it tastes on the grill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I just wish I could find fresh coconut like you used to 30 years ago. In the last few years, I've not seen a coconut yet.
One of these days you got to have a coconut once it turns to seed. When the juice inside hardens up and creates a fruit inside the coconut, not the outer part, what you usually eat like shredded coconut, but the middle part.
Right.
Oh, that is so good.
I love coconut milk. I like that.
Oh yeah, it's unfortunately got way too expensive to like everything else.
You know, I know it's got a lot of additives mixed in with it, but I love taking a can of pineapple chunks and just sitting here with a fork and eating them. You know, but you do what you got to do at the time. All right.
Yeah, it's not like you can go. Well, if you're down south, you can grow pineapple.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can in my zone or not. I ain't for sure. You got to remember, I'm in the north.
Yeah, I'm probably coconut. You could probably grow coconut too, especially in the southern part of Texas. Because I do know they grow all the citrus and all that stuff, banana trees and all that.
Hello, Ark Wildman.
Hey, Ark, how's it going? See, there you go. You get fresh. We can go down and get fresh pineapple from Beach Run. Yeah. Well, I know they grow it in Florida too.
She'll probably hit me upside the head with one.
Nah, B wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't put it past her. I bet you she can get mean if she wanted to. Ain't that right, B?
Hey, ornery. So, when's the last time you went fishing, Eric? And well, I should say, and caught something.
Oh Lord.
In water, not in the store.
Probably, I'm going to say the first week of March.
Oh wow, that.
Yeah. I just walked down to the seawall and spent an hour chucking this. Well, I like
What did you catch?
Top water. It's small, very small snook. It was like 12 inches. It's the baby. But it's nice to feel something tugging on the line. So.
Yeah. Now is do you consider sitting out there and fishing for 2 hours and not getting a bite? Do you consider that fishing or not fishing?
Well, again, it's all how you look at things. that's why they call it fishing and not catching. So, I've spent, between gas and food and all of that, and gone out in my boat for 7 hours in the flats and not caught one fish, nothing. I mean, zero.
Yeah.
It was just a bad day.
But
Yeah.
I would prefer to take.
But I would do that over, listening to all the crap that goes on, the world. It's good to get out and away.
Yeah.
A bad day of fishing is better than a day of BS.
Mm-hmm.
And there has been many times I've just threw a line out there and didn't even bait it, and laid back on the bank.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then there's other days we'll go out and we'll slaughter them. We don't bring them home, but it's just. There's a lot to it, though. You gotta get the right moon phase. You gotta get. For me, water's got to be moving, so it's either an incoming or an outgoing tide. That's
well,
what
now
feed the most is when water's moving.
Now, a friend of mine told me years ago, and I believe it, the barometer pressure. I can't remember if he said if it was high or low, fish is not going.
Yep. Barometric pressure affects everything. Dogs, cats, fish, people, everything. We were out one day and there was a real bad storm coming. It just blew up, out in the Gulf. So I ran about 4 miles through the bay and we hit under a bridge, 4-lane bridge, drawbridge. And you couldn't see out north of us or south of us. It was just like a sheet of water, like you were behind a waterfall. That's how hard this rain came down.
Darn.
So after it stopped, we went right back to the oyster bar we were fishing before, and we had zero luck. We boated 14 redfish in under an hour. And that's because the barometric pressure dropping. The water cooled probably a couple degrees because it was shallow there, and that turns the fish on. So
Really,
weather's a big part of fishing.
Gets their belly growling.
Yep.
Well, I mainly strictly catch and release, unless I'm camping and I want something to eat. That's the only time. But 90 out of 10 fish, I'll turn loose. I'll turn back. Yeah. It's just a thrill, like you said. Something pulling on your line and you pulling them in.
There's an old saying, Jeff, limit your catch, don't catch your limit.
Oh yeah, I agree. I will agree. Now, my household, just me and my wife, I'm the only one that eats fish. So I would catch to eat, I would catch a good size. That's it.
Yep.
And throw the rest of them back.
But, and again, people that are, abiding by the law, they have every right to catch their limit because, they're bringing them home, and everybody's got their own. I like peanut oil the best when frying fish.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That just pops. But,
best flavor.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll say this too, because Ark's in chat. I tried your Long John Silver's recipe, Ark, on my catfish. It's a week and a half ago. Holy cow! That's
really?
Best. That is the best. If you go to Ark's channel, I think it's on his community page. It's probably a week or two old. Awesome batter. Never had better.
Ark, update that, because the pond where my son lives, they got catfish big time up in there, and I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love catching catfish, But it seems like every cotton picking time I get ready to pull one off, I don't care how careful I am, that horn will find me.
You got to come in from behind him, Jeff.
I ain't gonna say nothing on that one. Last time I tried that, I got smacked. But I mean, yeah, you know, I'll take a pair of pliers with me in my foot. You know, I'll catch them, and if I'm going to keep them, I'll put them in a bucket. But chances are, like I said, they're going right back in the water. I'm done.
There's a recipe. That's Ark's Long John Silver
Batter.
Yeah.
Batter.
That's, I mean, follow it to the letter. And it's, wow.
I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone. Do-da-dee-day, watch it. Now, if you hear me in the background, that's my phone. It hadn't shut up yet. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
What's that?
Somebody we know was live.
Oh. Yeah, sirens are going off again. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not.
That's what she was talking about. Well, hell, I got them going off here.
Yeah, that's my next test is on chicken. With the Ark.
Chicken.
Baby, bop.
Mm-hmm.
Bushcraft, there, I find it.
You got it?
Yeah, boy, do I got it.
A good plate of fish sitting there.
You ain't kidding.
And you gotta eat the little
The leftovers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh,
what they
wait a
call
minute.
them.
Is that what you batter them in?
Say again?
Is that what you batter the fish in after you catch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, I thought it was like you make it up, put it on your hook, and throw it out there. Well, y'all talk.
No, it's eating.
It's Long John Silver's batter.
Damn.
When you
Tell you
think
what,
you're Long John out there with a bat.
I also tried it on scallops that night too, and it was very good. So
the Long John we used to have in our town, shit, the other you couldn't use theirs for nothing. It wasn't even good for eating. Now, how am I going to say this? Man, come on. Like that little 3-year-old said, it bullshit.
Yeah, that was a bit hilarious.
Sitting in the back seat in his car seat. Yeah. I can't get it to save. It won't. I can't. I've tried touching the screen. It just goes dark gray. And
Well,
that's it.
it's not too far down from. Just go to his community tab and scroll down a few.
Scroll down.
Yeah.
It says 12 days ago. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try it. Next time I catch me some fishy.
Now, Eric, are you really good with the filleting and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Do
I got
you?
smart and bought I had really, really good knives, but over time, I mean, even if you sharpen them, salt water is tough on a blade.
Yeah.
So I tried my neighbor's electric blade, and I'm like, that's it for me. So
that's what I was going to ask you. Do you use electric?
I do now. Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
I've seen somebody go like, and it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
My son can fillet a fish in 3 cuts. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Shit, 3 cuts and that fish is mutilated if I do it. Agent J got up to 108 degrees today.
Ooh.
I don't care what anybody says. That's hot.
Yeah.
That's Phoenix though. That's
okay. Well, now ain't that about normal out in that area?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I've seen it in the 120s, and when you're on a roof, it's a lot hotter than that.
I don't care what anybody says. If it's 90 degrees or above, my ass is in the air conditioned room. I'm too old. I don't play that no more. I used to back in my younger days.
Oh yeah, I would. There's no way I'd be up on a roof in that heat nowadays. Oh
no, and I commend people that work outside. I really do. If you've never worked outside, you don't need to open your mouth. But and I mean, it's draining. It will drain you for everything you got. But you got to keep going.
Yeah, 119. Yep.
Next Tuesday, what's supposed to be tomorrow?
This Tuesday.
No, he said next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow is next Tuesday. I don't know if it.
No, tomorrow is this Tuesday.
Right.
Next Tuesday would be next week.
Referring to the next week, yeah. But doesn't matter. It's a dry heat, so it can go to 130. It don't matter, right? Dry.
Wait a minute. They don't have a humid heat out there. It's just a dry heat.
Yep.
Now, before I go running my mouth, what's the difference between a dry heat and a humid heat? Which one's worse?
Dry heat sucks the moisture out of your body.
Well, so do
you don't. You know, when you in the East Coast, you go out and work and you get sweat.
Yeah.
You don't get sweat because it sucks it right out of you before it gets to your skin.
Right.
Huh. I would say I need to ride out there and check it out for myself.
When it's humid, though, it's a lot. Humid air is a lot harder to breathe.
Because out here, when you start sweating and you get a breeze comes by, it cools you off.
Right.
You don't get that out there.
Now, back in my younger days, I always wondered why certain people wore a short sleeve shirt and a long sleeve shirt. I did that one time. Dude, I don't think I stopped doing it. Yeah, and a beard, believe it or not, will cool you off also. You know, but and Dana B's right. Roofing is the worst on account of the heat and the sun's rays is reflecting off of it.
Yeah, we used to do well, it's not new anymore, but back then it was the white stuff on a roof.
Yeah.
And that is 10 times worse than a black roof.
I would think it would be the other way around.
Nope. You just reflecting 120 degrees, more like 140 degrees into your face.
About like being on the beach where everything is
because a black roof will absorb and the white reflects it. So you got that white coming up off you. We had to go around searching for sunglasses the extremely dark ones to put this stuff up on the roof. It's real easy to put on and everything, but it's just it's even cooler to lay tar down. You know, mop tar, which is extremely hot. If it touches you, you got third-degree burn. It's cooler to do that than it is to mess with that white stuff.
Now, I done roofing for a couple of years, and I'm gonna tell you that was not me. That was not for me. I couldn't do it. But like I said, for people who do get up there on the roof and they do that job and they do it well, I commend those people. I really do.
Oh yeah, we used to, you know, the shingles we used to carry. Well, I carried for the other guy that I worked for carried 6 up at a time.
Shit, I was lucky.
He could have probably carried more than that, but and this is running up a ladder with no hands.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
And we would get the ladder to where it wasn't up and so much this way. We would have it like this.
About
So
laying
we could run up and then drop our shingles. And anybody that's done roofing that's carried their own shingles up knows how heavy they are.
Shit, I was lucky to get one at a time up without falling off the ladder.
Oh, you fall. That's why you get good at it. I did the clay tiles too. That's horrible in Arizona. I've done shake. I've done shingles. Well, never did metal because you don't do metal in Arizona.
I have put tin on the roof.
Yeah, they don't do that there because that's
You better do it with gloves.
that's third-degree burns.
Damn.
Yeah,
Around here, you better do it with thick gloves.
yeah.
But yeah. What life? Yeah. If you fall 7 times, just make sure you get up 8 times. Exactly. Now, I've been a brick macer's helper. That's a demanding job, especially when you've got 4 brick masons and you're the only one there to make up the mud and to keep the brick there. So your ass gets damn near worked to death. You tired at the end of the day. Matter of fact, you falling asleep on the way home.
My tomatoes are doing good. My bell peppers are doing good, except my jalapenos are not doing very good. I've had maybe 6 jalapenos out of the 4 plants, and that's about it. I have some more setting out there, but I don't think they're going to do very good unless they pop up all of a sudden and jump for joy. But I've got the sweet peppers are huge. They're I can't remember the name of them now, but they're doing pretty good. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, I'm just wondering how come I ain't blue.
You're not blue?
No, I'm green.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
You know, that's the 3rd time I've heard you use that word this week.
Interesting?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay, 4.
Yeah, my purple Cherokees that I'm gonna have tomatoes out the wazoo because there's so many out there. I mean, every little, and it's clusters of them. It's just not like one tomato here, one. It's like 8 tomatoes. It's like how cherry tomatoes grow in a big strip.
Mm.
That's how my purple Cherokees are doing this year.
Frank Meadows has got the same problem I got. Maybe I need to go to work at a pizza joint. Well, hello there, Frog. No, I'm not like that.
Yeah. I'll probably, because I looked in that book too, and they have a ketchup, so I might dabble in a little ketchup this year too, canning it, at least a little bit of it, and see how it turns out. Because right now, ketchup and mayonnaise is going for like $5-6 a jar now.
Yep.
Man, it was
There's
going
no
like
way
it.
I'm paying that much. I'll put an egg and oil and make my own.
Man, it was like it before shit hit the fan.
No, it
Right here.
wasn't. It was $3 for Hellman's.
Oh,
and
hell.
eggs
You
are
see-
coming down and mayonnaise is going up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's going to be a lot of shortages for stuff, which doesn't make too much sense because we're producing more eggs now than we did when there was the shortage or before the shortage.
Mm-hmm.
And the price that uses eggs for stuff like mayonnaise and other things, that stuff is going out the roof, and it's going to be that way for a good while. So anything that uses eggs that you go and buy, the price is going to go up. They're saying 20 to 40% up than it is already.
I'll be back in a minute.
I was going to say, before Jeff says anything, they don't have Dukes up here.
Yeah, we got Dukes.
Yeah, so we have to have Hellman's. I don't like Miracle Whip. It's
No.
they put too much sugar and other crap in there.
Dana B, $8 for mayonnaise? Dang.
It's expensive. Yeah, that's the next thing. It's gonna, and it doesn't make sense because we're like I said, we're producing more eggs now. Well, the chickens are, but than before the egg shortage thing that happened. So why is everything going up? You would think the stuff that's being made with these eggs would be going down, but it's going up.
Yeah.
Ooh, plant by the zodiac signs. I don't know. I've never done it. If I get lucky enough to plant full moon, then yay. But usually I go by when the last frost is. If I don't think, like this year, I kind of got lucky because there was a frost. They gave a warning, said there was going to be a frost, but I didn't cover up because I didn't feel that there was going to be a frost, and I got lucky. It didn't hit in my area. I would have been very mad if I lost. But I had my sprayer ready and stuff because if if it does frost and you get up before the sun gets too high, you can spray it down, your plants down, and save them before the sun comes up and burns them from the frost. But I would like to hear more about that planting by the Zodiac.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I've got, because I had prepped mayonnaise because I like mayonnaise, especially here and hopefully in the next couple weeks, which will be tomato sandwich time, and that's one of the big things is mayonnaise. So I had 2 jars prepped back, but now I'm on my last jar, and that's my last jar I'll be buying because I'm not paying that much for mayonnaise. I'll just buy a big thing of olive oil or something, start making my own. That's gross.
Yeah.
Those things are horrible.
Agent J, I've been doing that along with mustard and ketchup, salt and pepper.
Those things are horrible.
And they may be horrible, but when you at a restaurant and have them to bring the food out, it's a lot easier to go in your glove box and get it.
Oh, it's even worse when you got it in your glove box.
Hey, I don't get what. I'm not going to go back home to get packs.
Oh yeah, fried green tomato, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that first couple tomato sandwiches, and then I'm frying up some green tomatoes. Because I don't know which one's going to start turning first, so I don't want to pick one that's getting ready to turn. So I wait and wait.
I was hoping we'd get some squash and okra in this year because I want to eat a little bit of okra and squash straight out of the garden this year, but don't look like it.
Yeah, mine's probably about 2 feet tall right now. My okra. It's a different kind too, so I don't know how well that's gonna. I haven't planted this kind before.
What kind is it?
What is it? Clemson spineless.
Huh. Let me know how that is.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll get enough to pickle. I'll probably just get, because I only got 3 plants. I didn't want to do a bunch because it's just me eating it. So I don't know if I'll pickle any, but I'll sure be frying it up.
Well, in the little town that I come from, one town over from that one, they are building a Buc-ee's. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I don't know. They say that store right there is a huge store. There's 100 gas pumps going in.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And I just seen that. Hold on, let me.
I've never even seen a Buc-ee's. Never even heard of one, really.
There you go.
They said the closest one was in South Carolina.
There you go, Jeff. Now type something.
Let me try it. Well, how come I was looking like a frog? I was green.
Well, I noticed Grape Jams didn't have mod either. She had a
Really?
mod before, yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, you're blue.
Yeah.
I'm not on my end. I'm green.
You're blue at my end.
Yeah. You're
Uh,
looking in StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. Okay. Okay. I'm breathing now. I'm blue.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until Jeff said something. I went over to YouTube end of it and noticed she didn't have her wrench either. It's YouTube for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't gonna say nothing because, well,
You're Papa Smurf.
I'm not Papa Smurf.
You said you're blue.
Yeah. Well. If he was to choke a Smurf, what color would he turn?
A Smurf is an animated object.
Yeah, but think about it. Don't go getting technical. This is supposed to be a joke.
They turn white.
A white Smurf? Nah, I can't get a hold of that one. Hello, Chrissy Cat.
Hey, Chris Cat.
How you be doing? Change the subject real quick. Bush was getting too technical there.
Interesting.
Oh, hell. Really? Is that going to be your word from here on out? The Smurf would turn purple.
Purple.
Yeah. Go paint somebody blue and tell me what color he turns when you choke him.
We'll see in a little bit.
Oh, they're going live tonight.
Yep. Right after
You heard that?
meeting. Yeah, which about time to start wrapping it up so everybody can head on over there.
Go to Buc-ee's and get you some beaver nuggets. I don't think so. That's almost as bad as Mountain
Oh,
Oyster.
boy.
Interesting, huh, Bushcraft?
No, it's not. What life? When's the last time you went fishing and caught something?
When's the last time he ate any mountain oysters?
I heard Dixie in the background.
Well, now Mike Jones, he says there are blue people in Kentucky.
Blue people?
Hey, read chat.
Well,
Mike,
that's the college, isn't it?
well, now I know we got munchkins in North Carolina. There's a little town named after them called Munchkin Land. But don't go in there after dark.
Oh boy.
Well, now, ER, you ain't
Oh,
never
actually, blue skinned people. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the college.
What's that, Jeff?
There's a place here in North Carolina. It's called Munchkin Land. The older people know about it. This new generation, hell, they can't even add 2 and 2.
You mean the entitlement society? This generation, the new generation?
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it.
Oh,
What
man.
you do for me today, generation?
It's a real Papa Smurf.
Uh,
There is real blue people.
really?
Yep.
Well, don't hold back. Share.
I'll try to get a good picture of this guy.
Can you imagine going to a town and there ain't nothing but blue people?
Yeah, right.
Man.
I'd keep going right through it too. Like,
Man, you either on some good weed or something like that.
Yeah, it's just a little picture, so you can't really.
Oh,
There he
shit.
is.
Damn, he does look like Papa Smurf, don't he?
That's what I said. It's a real Papa Smurf.
If his beard was about 2 foot longer, I'd swear up and down. He's wearing a pointed hat. I'd swear up and down that was Papa Smurf.
Yeah, I just typed in Kentucky blue people.
Damn.
There's some older pictures, but they're kind of wonky looking in the first place, so I don't know if it was a real or not. It's called blue person disease.
Really?
Yeah, that's interesting. Whole families, yeah.
Now, this is one time I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but would you hush up?
Interesting.
I want, oh, hell, really? He done got your ass too. But I wonder what makes them like that. Would it be the water?
I don't know. It's a condition. It's an actual.
Damn, that's
thing.
interesting.
That's weird though.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, let me go ahead and find. See if I can find their link real quick.
You know,
I'm pretty sure they're going live today.
When we go up on 101s tomorrow night, the key word ought to be interesting.
Everybody should say, interesting when he asks us a question.
You know what? That is a damn good idea. He's gonna get pissed about that. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, there it is.
What life? Really? It's interesting.
Yep, that's today. There we go.
Hey,
And they StreamYard contacted me and told me, we see you're having issues with your chat doubling, and we'll go ahead and fix it. I didn't say anything about it. I just thought, whenever I type something in StreamYard, it would double it. And then about an hour later, we have fixed the issue. So let's see. This is a link to the Vineyard Chicks. They'll be live at 9 o'clock, which is just a few minutes. They're already over there chatting it up. Make sure you head on over there and say hi.
now before we go, I've got one important question. Those blue people in Kentucky, do they sing the blues?
Probably quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
They're blue.
Well, that's probably better than blue grass, right?
That's where bluegrass comes from, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Why is everything so blurry? Chris, can't you wearing your glasses?
Blurry.
That's what she said.
I look a little orange.
A lot better than blue.
Yeah.
Oh, Be Charming, give me a thumbs down. I think she's pissed at me.
Uh-oh.
It ain't the first time I've got a woman pissed off at me.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that right, Dixie?
They originated the blueberry and bluegrass came from
Not
not
having.
having.
So I reckon they really backed up, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Wednesday, I should have, hopefully, I have somebody that's supposed to be a, crypto guru or something like that.
Okay.
So he's going to school us on crypto and all that interesting stuff, how the market's going and all that fun stuff.
Going to hell, babe.
He's got like 500,000 subscribers, so hopefully I can get him for Wednesday. It's still in the talks, but hopefully Wednesday I'll be back Wednesday. If not, then we'll see you over on Jeff's
Thursday.
Yep,
Thursday.
and we'll
That'll be
probably be
interesting.
back to trivia on Friday.
Okay.
Again, we'll see. We'll have to see because I've got like 4 or 5 different people wanting to be guests, but it's hard to get an actual day down. And I want to leave you guys with something that I came across.
Jesus called, he is taking his rainbow back. Genesis 9:12 through 17, the true meaning of the rainbow. Then God said, I am giving you a sign of my covenant with you, and with all living creatures, for all generations to come. I have placed my rainbow in the clouds. It is the sign of my covenant with you and with all the earth. When I send clouds over the earth, the rainbow will appear in the clouds. And I will remember my covenant with you and with all living creatures. Never again will the floodwaters destroy all life. When I see the rainbow in the clouds, I will remember the eternal covenant between God and every living creature on earth. Then God said to Noah, yes, this rainbow is the sign of the covenant I am confirming with all the creatures on earth. Type amen and thank the Lord.